guys, and welcome to my channel Kel Stitches. Today is Monday the 10th of March 2025 and this is Flosstube number 66. So this is a place where I talk about all things cross stitching. So if you've just stumbled on this video and it's not what you're expecting, yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, so I'd just like to say thank you to all of my returning subscribers. Thank you very much. It is much appreciated. And hello, welcome to any new subscribers or viewers that I might have picked up in the last couple of weeks. I hope you continue or you enjoy seeing what I have to show you. All right, now let's just get straight into what I have stitched on in the last couple of weeks. Thought I was organised, but I really wasn't that organised. Alright, so the first one that I stitched on was this one. It is called Waterhole Master. The artwork is by David Penfound and it is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. This is just the regular version and this is what it will look like when it is completed. I will put a picture of where it was last time we seen it, and here we are. This is where we're up to with it now. As you can see, I have filled in more of the elephant here. That is the eye as I was thinking it was, and you've got the ear over here. So I am just picking a symbol and just filling it in, except for the ones, except for the last couple of symbols that have the most in it. I will leave them till last. And I think I only have, I think there's only like half a dozen symbols left on this page, so yeah, but it's looking really good. I've just got a couple of little bits down here to fill in before I move up into this main spot up here. I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,400 stitches into it. And this is being stitched on just an 18 count white Aida. But yeah, that is looking pretty good. So, put this back. And throw it on the floor at my feet. Alright, the next one that I worked on was this one. It is called Mini Shaman. The artwork is by Laurie Prindle and it is also a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. This is what it'll look like when it is completed. We'll put a picture of where it was, and this is where we're up to. Can't remember if, yeah, I had moved, I'm pretty sure the last time we seen it, I had moved the Nerge frame, I think. Anyway, if I hadn't, I have moved the Nerge frame onto the next page, and just trying to tighten the fabric up. These bigger Nerge hoops tend to loosen up, even though I have it tightened up as much as I can on the, and even this here doesn't seem to hold it properly in the frame. Anyway, it's just a matter of tightening it up whenever I want to go to work on it. So yeah, that is where I'm up to. I have, as you can see, filled in here. The only issue I've got is this is all one colour in here. This is all one colour. I ran out of the skein that I was using and I done a new skein, and there was a slight colour variation, even though I'd bought them at the same time. And yeah, so there was just a very slight colour difference. You can't really see it there, but when you get up close, you can sort of see the difference here. Like this is darker than this lot here. But once it's all stitched, I don't think it will really make that much of a difference. Especially being a full coverage. That's where you can get away with a slight variation in the colour in the dye lots, is in full coverages, because you have so many other colours around it that it's really not going to make that much of a difference. So I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. And this is the edge of the pattern. So once this is done, I will move up from here. So yeah, and it is just being stitched on 16 count Aida. But there's a lot of just block stitching, big lots of colour on this page, because it's basically just the edge of the page. I've got the rest of the horse's muzzle and nose to finish off here, and then the rest of it is just the background, which is yeah, just a lot of purples and getting into those lighter pinks. I'll put them all back in their bags, otherwise there'll be a mess to clean up, or a bigger mess than what there is to clean up. Rightio, so the next one that I worked on was just trying to find the cover photo for it. This one. Next one I worked on was, yeah, is that the right? No, that's upside down. Was this one. It is by the Witchy Stitcher, and it is just a Lydia Dietz quote from Beetlejuice. And that's what it'll look like when it's completed. I'll put a picture up of where it was last time, and this is where we're up to now. So I just got 300 stitches into this. I only worked on it for the 1 day. There we go. The water doesn't look so bad now. It looked a little bit crooked because of the way it was in the nudge. So yeah, I just finished off here, like I finished off these couple of skulls in the, I am using the DMC glow in the dark thread for the skulls, and I'll do the same for the back stitched writing up here so it glows. But yeah, so I finished off these couple of skulls down the bottom and started in the purple up here. And I am just going to work all that in there and get the back stitching done at the end. And this is being stitched on 18 count black Aida, which is a very see-through Aida. The very light, nearly say loosely woven. The holes are really big, even though it's 18 count. But it's all right to work on, so yeah, it's very easy to work on, actually, being a black fabric. But yeah, this is using all the called for colours, except for, as I said, I am using the DMC glow in the dark floss for those skulls instead of the, I think it's B5200 or whatever what was called for them. Alright, Next one I worked on was this one. It is called Tiger Lily. The artwork is by Laurie Prindle, and it is a pain-free crafts chart. So that is what it will look like when it is completed. Put a picture up of where it was, and this is where I am up to with it. So as you can see, I have filled in a little bit more of his nose here. As I said, I assume the other eye starts in here somewhere. So I worked on this for 2 days, and I got 1,100 stitches into it in here. But yeah, I am loving the way this one is looking. Like, that eye is amazing. So once I finish that, I will just move across to the edge of the pattern and go upwards, because I want to get some of that background done, so I'm not just stuck with all background at the end. But that way I will have his eyes done, and then I'll just move around and do the pages as, like, if I go across this way and then upwards, I can go all across the top and back over to the other side and down and do back in towards here, and then I just have a little bit, or the row or so at the bottom. So, and that's just being stitched on an 18 count Aida as well. And that was one of my Crystal Club voucher kits through Pain Free Crafts. I actually have another one sitting there to be used, so I'll have to get on and have a look to see what new artwork Sarah's put up. Alrighty, the next one that I worked on was this one. It is called Moonrise Song. This is the large version. The artwork is by Abraham Hunter, and it is an artistic cross stitch chart. So this is what it will look like when it is completed. And this is where I'm up to. So this is the very last page to the edge of the pattern. So there is a lot of blues, just a lot of bulk stitching of a couple of blues in this page. And this page starts into one of the pine trees. As you can see, this is some of the branches just sneaking in on this page. So there'll be a little bit more than just blue on this last page for me when I get around to it. But yeah, so that's what it was looking like. I worked on it for 2 days and I got 1,200 stitches into it. And it's looking pretty good, I think. Once I finish off the colour that I'm working in, which fills in all of this bottom, pretty much all of that bottom area except for like a stitch here and there. Once I fill in all that bottom section, all of this up here is just the one colour. I think it's 3856, one of them bluey, sort of three higher numbers of the DMCs. And this is just being stitched on 16 count Aida. And it's going to take a while to complete. Like, yeah, I'm not even a quarter of the way through it yet. So it's going to be a long-term project, this one, because it is a large version. and I do have so many other projects on the go at once, much to the disgust of my partner. He keeps telling me that I don't have to start anymore. And as I said, come on, I haven't got that many. At least I haven't got an extra digit on the end of my 21. But yeah, every time he often says to me, I haven't seen this one before. Yes, you have, because I've been working on it for a couple of years. He said that about no, not the next one I'm going to show you. It's the one after. He said it about the turtles, Daydream Sea Turtles. He was like, I haven't seen this one before. Yes, you have. It's just in a different section of the pattern. The next one I worked on was Protector. It is artwork by Katie Lipscomb, and it is a Pain Free Crafts chart. This is what it'll look like when it is completed. I am omitting all of that white background, white creamy background, because I am doing it on a coloured fabric that I dyed myself. So this is where I'm up to. I finished off this page. Yes, I know I have marked out with pencil. I am going to throw it in the washing machine once it is done, and get the grid marks out that I have put into it. So yeah, that is what it's looking like. It is on an 16 count 8er that I dyed myself in that apple green. I'd done several pieces all in the same dye bath because there are a couple of other patterns of Katie's that I am wanting to do on the green fabric that are all in the same, they're all the wolf ones, all in the same style. So I want to do them all together, that I can either frame them all together and have them displayed that way, or I can make it into a quilt or something with all of them on it. But yeah, there's about 3 or 4 of them that I want to get done eventually. And I've worked on this for 2 days and I got 650 stitches into it. I know that's not as much as what I usually get, but this was coming into the start of Cyclone Alfred, which I won't go into great detail because I'll just do a stitch with me and talk about what happened and discuss my views on what happened and all that. So, but yeah, so this was starting in on those, I think those first couple of days, and I sort of lost my stitchy bug for that little bit. And I didn't actually stitch until later at night, so I didn't actually start stitching until 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And so that's why I think I only got 300 odd stitches each night that I worked on this. So yeah, that is, that's why I didn't get as many stitches into that one. But 650 stitches is 650 more than what it previously had, isn't it? And according to Pattern Keeper, I think I'm about 75% completed with that, because obviously I've gone and taken all the background out. So that's bumped my percentage up quite a bit. All right, the next one I worked on was Turtles, or what I call Turtles, but it is Daydream Sea Turtles. Artwork is by Sheena Pike, and it is a Chartings Creations pattern or chart. And this is what it'll look like when it is completed. I am currently stitching up in this corner here in those leaves up there. picture up of where it was, but this is where I am now up to. As you can see, I have filled in a bit in this leaf here. This one's starting to fill in around here. I have done this purple up in here as well. What is that purple from actually? Oh, that's just a bit of the background before we get into the next turtle. So all I'm doing is just choosing a symbol over here in this leaf and just going with it. That's why this flower hasn't been finished off or anything like that, because yeah, I'm just concentrating in these symbols in here and just moving over the page, or actually this is one full page and a partial. That is not how big a whole page from Charting Creations is. So yeah, I worked on it for 2 days and I got 1,200 stitches into it. This one was very easy to get my head back into. Into the stitching for a couple of days. But yeah, this is the one that the partner said, I haven't seen this one before. Well, yes you have. It's just that it's all folded up. Once I showed him that bit, he was like, oh yes, I actually have seen that one before. Yes, you have. You have. So yeah. But he often says to me, oh, I haven't seen that one. But he has. It's only because it's in a different section. But yeah, that is looking really good. I am actually enjoying stitching on this one. I know, was it last year? No, it wasn't last year. It was the year before that I worked on it. I was very slow. It was very slow going with it. I think it was mainly because fabric was very stiff and I wasn't enjoying working on it, and then I washed it and it became a lot easier. And that is just being stitched on a 16 count aider. And the last one I worked on was this one. It is called Shaped Wolf. The artwork is by Greg Giordano and it is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. This is what it'll look like when it is completed. It has no background, so it's just the outline of the wolf. I am currently working in this part here, in these couple of back legs and that in there. And it is right here on my stand because I was working on it last night. And this is where I'm up to. You probably won't see a great difference because I only worked on this for 1 day and I got 300 stitches into it. And that was last night. And again, I didn't start stitching on it until probably 7, 8 o'clock. Because at work we have been, the restaurant itself, cafe itself hasn't been very busy because people scared of the weather. But we have been tasked with feeding all of the emergency service personnel that are in town. So the SES, our local SES brigade, but then they call in SES volunteers from other places. They called in, I think it was like 6 or 10 fire and rescue stations from other places. So they were coming from Yarralla and Sydney and all those places. And then we had the Maritime Rescue, and we also had, who else? No, I think that's it. I think that's all the ones we were feeding. But for the last 4 days, we have been doing 50 lunches every day to take to the headquarters, and then they usually ring up and say, oh, can we have 50 or 80 dinners done as well? So we get those done, and then they turn up at 6 o'clock in the morning for breakfast. So we've been pretty busy. We've had a couple of longer days than what we've been used to, so that's why this one wasn't worked on much in the last couple of days, because by the time I got home I was too tired. But I thought I'd better pick up my needle last night and put a few stitches in just to say that I had worked on it. but that is looking pretty good. This again, I know I've got this here. It will be thrown in the washing machine once I have completed it, and I am happy to do that with my dyed fabric because of the way I dye. I make sure that I haven't that all of the dye is set and then washed out and before I stitch on it, so I'm happy to just throw it in the washing machine when I am completed. Because some of these full coverage pieces are going to take years, quite a few years, before they are finished. So you can imagine the dirt and the oils and that off your hands. Even if you do wash your hands, your natural oils and that still get all over the fabrics. So I just throw them in the washing machine when I'm completed it. Alright, so I haven't added up how many stitches I've got all together, so just give me a quick second to do that. Alright, so I done 6,250 stitches for the fortnight, which is down a little bit on the last one, but doesn't really worry me. I got some stitches into some of them, so alright. I will just pull out my next ones. I don't have to make a big deal of drawing them out because there's only 7 left, so I know what they are. So we have A Year in the Woods, and I'm just going to quickly write these down as I'm going. And we have Moon Wolf 1. And we have Spirit Guides. I think we're going to have a nice mix of full coverages and small full coverages, like those type of ones in this one. Got the Happy Mood Points sampler. A Wild. I'm sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. We have a dehumidifier going because it is so much moisture in the air, so we've got a dehumidifier going, trying to keep the house a little bit drier inside. Great Spirit. And what was I saying about a good mix? I think there might be only 2 full coverages. That's not that great of a mix, is it? Mini Top Frog is the last one. So yeah, Nash, can you see if you can just move that dehumidifier a little bit to see if you can stop that vibration? Probably just needs to be rolled a little bit. There we go. Fixed it. And it was just on a part of the floor where it was maybe a little bit uneven. It was starting to vibrate. And I don't know if it was annoying you, but it was starting to annoy me. Alrighty, let me find these cover photos. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And I don't have one for, no, I don't have one for A Year in the Woods series. because they are just all individual patterns. Alright, so we have Great Spirits, Moon Wolf 1, Wilds, Spirit Guides, Happy Mood Point, and Mini Top Frog. So they are the ones that I will be working on for the next fortnights. I'll probably start on this one tonight, maybe, because I really do like that one. Or Moon Wolf. Moon Wolf's not that far off from a finish. Maybe I should start and do that one tonight. Rightio. So that is all that taken care of. Shove this back up here. We will write it down. Let's do our boards next, shall we? We'll move over this way because I'm a lefty. There we go. I don't even need this board because there was nothing on there. Was there? Nope. Because that's just all this is the board I need, because this is everything that we only worked on full coverages. And that's been rubbed off. Alright, so we have, how do I do this? What's that? Alright. Trying to figure out how to do this. Alright, masters. We have here, Waterhole Master, got 1,400. So that brings it to 2,500. Then we have Mini Shaman, which is here. Got 1,100 into that one, which makes that 3,600. Beetlejuice I'm not putting down on the boards. Tiger Lily, this one here, we've got 1,100, so that makes it 2,100. Moonrise Song is over here. We got 1,200 into that. Makes it 2,300. Protector. Alright, here. What? 6,500. Wouldn't it have been nice if I got that many stitches done in 2 days? Brings it to 2,350. Turtles, Daydream Turtles, 1,200, which makes that 2,200, and a Shaped Wolf, 300, makes that 1,700. So yeah, numbers are starting to creep up there. Most of them are over the 2,000s, so that's pretty good. Especially being into March already, nearly halfway through March already. That's kind of scary. Yeah, so that's everything. I've done my boards. I've done my showed you what I'm working on next week, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, as I said, we had Cyclone Alfred. I won't go into it too much. I'll do a stitch with me and talk about that one day soon. But we are, well, I am safe. I am Yeah, there hasn't been much here. We were never really going to get the maximum effect of the cyclone anyway, because where we were, the cyclone warning was to Yamba, which is only like 50 k's or whatever away from us, but we are further inland. So Yamba's on the coast, and then we're like 50 kilometres inland, and we were never going to get the full effects of Alfred like they panicked everyone into thinking we were. We have had a lot of rain from it, and the river is in flood. It is at major flood level of, I think it peaked at 5.8 metres or something, but the levee wall for the town is like 8 metres high, so it's still a good 2 and a bit metres off the levee. And for us to actually flood in our paddocks, I think the river has to be over 6 or 7 metres or something, because we're 10 kilometres out of town. So when you go down the river, of course the levee gets lower, like the bank gets lower, because the town centre is the most important part, isn't it? And that's why they build up the levee. So we don't flood until until the river gets over that height anyway. So we've got a little bit of water out the back, but it's just all internal runoff from paddocks and stuff like that. So I'll just put a picture up here. Yeah, and it is still raining at the moment. So and Darren's okay as far as I know, and I haven't heard from Sharon. So both of those are in Queensland. Are in Queensland, closer to where Alfie boy actually hit. But yes, Darren's okay. Sharon I haven't heard from, so hopefully she's all good. I know there's a lot of places up there without power, so she just might not have any power to be able to get on and tell anyone that she's okay. Might actually message Nessa and see if she's heard from her. But anyway, yeah, so everything's fine down here. I will do a Stitch with me and talk about Alfie's journey and what he put us through for probably 5 or 6 days, and the panic that occurred because we had a cyclone coming. All right, guys, I think I will leave it as that. I have no, I was going to say I have no haul, but I did buy some strong magnets off Temu. So I've got these ones, which are your normal size ones. They're your bit thicker ones too, like not your little thin ones. So I did get just your normal size ones, and then I got these little teeny tiny baby ones, because I thought if I was using them for, that's how strong they are, they just stuck together. I thought if I was going to use them for the magnets to put on my blackboard, I wanted a smaller magnet probably on them. And look at these little teeny tiny ones compared to, watch me stick them together again. There we go. So they're the normal size that I use. These are the little ones that I got to put on the magnets for my blackboard. But honestly, they would still be, they're just stuck together. They would still be strong enough to hold. You can't get these things anywhere close together because they just stick together like, stop it. They just stick together like crazy. So they're your good strong magnets, and I just got them off Temu. And you can get different sizes, so, but you don't want anything too massive way down your work or anything like that. So yeah, that's all I got, I think. Oh, I did get a couple more Nudge hoops, and it's not showing true to colour. It's a little bit greener than that. Some 14 count fabric in a, let me see if I can get it to show the right colour. No, it's showing, that looks blue on there, but it's actually like a tealy green colour. 14 count. It is, how big is it? 70 by 70. So I'll find something to use that for. So yeah, that's all that I've got in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it as that. You may not see this tonight, which is Monday night in Australian time. I may not get around to editing it and uploading until tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it as that. I will see you on my next video, which should be on the 24th. The 24th of March will be my next update video. I know I haven't posted my other stitch with me that I've done. I finally got a SD card to put in my phone, so I will get around to uploading it, and then I will record another stitch with me and upload it in a week or so. And I still haven't done those, started that fabric dyeing series because things have happened, and I just haven't got around to it, but I will definitely start on those as well. Right, now I'm definitely going. I will see you all on the 24th. Once again, thank you very much for stopping in and catching up with all of my progress. And wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe. Happy stitching. Bye-bye.